after that year, the head coach I was with,
Yeah.
he got the head coaching job in Fargo in the USHL.
Yeah.
And if you know anything about coaching, there's not a ton of money into it.
No, there is
so
not.
He goes, hey, we got an assistant job for $10,000, and I'm like, oh,
this is what my life is.
Can't do it.
Okay, I'm not gonna do it. Yeah.
So I was getting approached by some agencies, so I've been doing that for 2 years.
Sure. Yep. Check. Boy, this is good. I can hear myself real good.
Yeah, we'll just keep yapping.
Okay. So you go coach Wilderness, you turn down the job, and then you're approached by somebody and said, we think that you can represent athletes.
Yeah, I kind of had a unique career because I played at a few schools. I was a kind of like a transfer portal player before that was a thing, to be honest.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it was just kind of interesting, and
Yeah.
my personality, I guess, was a good fit. And,
Yeah.
but
Well, you can talk about what they're looking for, and the experience that you had playing pro certainly is going to help.
For sure, yeah. And I had 1 year in the U.S. where I was in the American League in the Coast, so I was close, but I wasn't, I never played in the NHL. But
yeah. And then when you were at DU, did you have teams that made a run at all into the Frozen Four or win at all?
So,
okay. Sounds good.
Yeah. So I actually, my freshman year was at Vermont.
Oh, no kidding.
UVM. Yep. And then I transferred to Denver. We won it that year.
Awesome.
Yeah. And then my next college, I played at Michigan Tech in high school.
Okay.
And we made the tournament. We lost to Notre Dame.
That's Fulton, right?
Yep.
How far off the map is that? Like, it's in the Upper Peninsula, like
6 hours from the city.
How cold is it?
It snowed every day. 6 inches every day. So my dad was smart. He got me a really like a beater, like a Grand Marquis.
Yep.
And it was actually kind of nice, like a gold. It was kind of like a total old man's car.
Yeah, but it got through the snow.
But also, there was so much snow. At times, you just grab a metal shovel.
Yep.
Say fuck it.
Yep. That's it. What about where did you grow up?
Hugo.
Oh yeah, so you played at White Bear. Yep. Okay. Yeah.
I played at Centennial High School.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Centennial is still a powerhouse.
Yep.
What year did you graduate from high school then?
13.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. Well, it's goalie. I always said to be goalie, you have to be special in more ways than one. My wife struggled with it.
It's so stressful.
I didn't because I understood the game more. But we had to work on body language, what to do with the puck when somebody scores. From an early age, I just said to him, let the referee get the puck. It's bad juju. Don't touch that thing after it's been in the net. Let the ref get it. And every now and then I'd see it. He would get shelled every now and then.
Yeah.
And I would just give the shoulders up, look. But, it's tough. You hear the parents' comments. Somebody has skated through 5 people on the ice, and then they come in alone on you, and they score. Geez, what a shocker. But then everyone in the whole building wants to blame the goalie. And you do realize they got through everyone here. I could sit with the other parents. My wife couldn't. She would have to sit.
Oh, it'll give you a stroke.
It will.
It's terrible.
It will. So we'll see what happens now. He's got twin baby girls that are a year. He said to me, how soon before I can get him on ice? And I said, I think 3. I said, before that, probably nothing. And then all those things that you learn when you're a kid that your parents told you, these life lessons, and it turns out they were right about body language and, all of that. So
that's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's good.
Yeah. Trying to at least have a little bit of an idea of who everybody is, so at least they can chat about their college or if they were one of the million.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's a couple of kids. One was from Michigan. I saw one was from North Dakota.
That's where I screwed up yesterday. Is the first game. I was so prepared.
Yeah.
And it was a little bit of a break, and so I saw my old college coach and whatever. I looked up and I'm like, I got to go to their game too. And I was like,
oh yes.
It's a little bit different when you can talk about stuff,
all the way. I am an over-preparer. This is what I wanted to do, but 40 years ago, they didn't have any opportunities. There was at all. Had there been something like this in 1989,
Yep.
I would have given it a go, but there wasn't. There was cable access, and that was nothing. Now, I think I call 50 hockey games a year. You know, you call 50 hockey games a year, you're gonna get better.
We were talking, me and my buddy, like, this is like a total dream job. Can you imagine this?
No, I can't. I really can't. I mean, the only better job would be PGA Tour golfer, because then you get to play on the Champions Tour and still make money.
Yes.
Playing a game where you're not going to get hurt.
Right.
But this is obviously what I dreamt of. But when I'm around greatness, I'm reminded, I wouldn't have made it.
Like you're talking?
Like
being around Jimmy, I was just like,
this guy's.
I would have never made it. You know.
When he's ripping off, the names of the Swedish guys as the play's going on,
yeah.
Seamlessly, and I'm like, geez.
It's just crazy. I mean, to memorize them like that, yeah. I mean, the line charts are good, and I'll use them, but it's going to take me a period before I have it figured out.
Well, especially, I think the Canadian names are a little bit easier, like the ones yesterday.
Oh, yeah, those. I can't even imagine some of the Swedish names.
Yeah, Ruhl Honen, and you can't really see it, so you're like, what a play by the finish forward.
Right? I do like our perch here. This is a good one. You know, you can see quite a bit.
100%. Yeah, McKenna could talk about him for about 5 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
WHL Player of the Year, CHL Player of the Year.
It's just
Penn State.
Yeah. He's the one.
He's the one.
And the idea, though, so there's 8 other kids. So here is the most amazing thing. 8 kids couldn't attend this camp for Canada. All 8 of them are first-round draft choices as well. So there's 22 players out here that are first-round draft choices. And then here's 3 more from this year. And 5 from last year. They're not here.
Where are they?
Health issues, Achilles, stuff like that. So it's like,
what an abundance of riches.
Yes, what an abundance of riches. And this will be, the Canadians aren't going to lose this one this time. There's just no way. They lost the last 2 years.
Oh, I thought you were talking about this game.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to use that one on the air. That's a foregone conclusion.
If I had my last dollar, I would put it on McKenna to win this one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so this is kind of fun for me too. My full-time job is I work in sales for a company based out of Madison, Wisconsin that manages Hilton and Marriott hotels.
Sick.
All I do is bring chaos to the hotel in the form of youth and collegiate sports teams. And so I end up calling games in the NAPHL, the Prospects League. Every now and then those kids will find their way still to college and sometimes to the pros.
Oh, yeah.
So it's funny to see a 14-year-old kid that eventually ends up. There was a kid named Ryan Brindley, I think. He's at Michigan. He was in a U16 game at the Super Rinks.
Come on.
I've never seen anything like that in my life. And he's dominant in Michigan. So it's anything that involves sports I'm good with.
Well, I just always thought, like, Al Michaels is living the dream life. You come here, I've heard stories where, like, he has a glass of wine and a steak. It's just, I'm just going to talk like I'm sitting here in the living room.
It's the craziest thing.
Fucking sick.
And then you've got the single greatest play-by-play call of all time. I mean, do you believe in miracles? Yes.
Yep.
I mean, I was a 13-year-old boy when Al Michaels called that. I mean, I still get goosebumps from it.
Oh, yeah.
So I was going to go to Arizona State University. It was the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism. Al
else a dime, getting paid an unbelievable living to just go
Yeah,
talk
your per
about it.
diem. Oh, let's see, what kind of steak am I going to have tonight? Yeah. And then I get to call a sporting event. Wow. Can't beat it.
Nope.
Alright, so
Definitely just want to know the guys that are going to college. We can talk about that a little bit.
what about it?
Well, obviously these meter junior kids can go to college now.
Yeah,
So
yes.
I kind of want to. Yeah, that's an easy one to touch on.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to be able to say it.
Now, do you have where some of them are playing this year?
Yeah, that's what I'm writing down. Is
I
where.
did not write that down.
Yeah.
I have where they played last year. You know?
Yep. Nope. I will definitely know
love
that.
it. That's probably right on. Oh, yeah. They didn't print it off from that.
So this thing doesn't have where they're going to college.
Oh, it doesn't.
I'm just going on
Oh,
their
my
prospects.
goodness. Oh, yeah, elite prospect, sure.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, this kid's got a chance, I'm telling you. Jake Kelcher, St. Mary's, ACHA 2.
Now we're talking.
What was his stats? 5'9", 154. I can't imagine why he didn't make it. Oh, so funny. With that sterling 879 save percentage, just can't make it up. Is there any game better than hockey that chronicles what everyone does at all times?
And it's better than every other sport.
It
to be
is.
honest, it's
It
weird.
is. It really is. All right, so is McKenna a defenseman? Oh, what is he? No, he's a forward.
He's center.
Center. Yeah.
They have so many first overall picks.
It's just insane. It is insane.
Fans, let's welcome Tanner Red.
Wait a minute.
single
all
one.
12 of these guys. First
10.
rounders.
10. 10 on red.
God. Oh yeah, 10. That's crazy.
That's fucking stupid. That's fucking stupid.
It is crazy. Like I told my wife, how fast can you get to the pros? My buddy John Conley, who looked me after this game, said, Bernie, have you seen the roster? And I said, John, I'm stunned. I said, this is a game where passes are going to connect where they should.
Oh, this is going to be a beer league.
I'm not going to say, that one missed the connection. He overskated that one. So, glove position, are you righty or lefty? Probably a lefty.
Yep.
This is a source of debate in the Kelcher household. Where is the proper glove position?
Neutral.
Okay.
I don't think up is good. I don't think low is good.
Because I hate it up.
Yep.
I hate it up. I said
Shooters are too good now.
it's got to look natural, Jake. His coaches wanted it to be up here. I'm like, I don't like that.
So then it's like baseball. Then you're always trying to catch down.
Right.
Nope.
Yeah. Why doesn't Minnesota high school produce enough goalies?
Season's not long enough.
Okay. Even with the elite league now?
That helps.
Yeah. I think it goes all the way to association level.
Yep.
I think you throw kids in there that are the least athletic, and then they grow up to be the least athletic.
Yeah. I think if you're talking like, I don't produce a ton of NHLers or just college players.
College.
We do a lot of college players.
Yeah. Nobody ever makes it. Like
Nobody plays for the U.
We got hot. But I can't think of any other goalie in the NHL.
Charlie Lindgren. Charlie Lindgren? Both from Lakeville. He plays for Washington. Really good.
No shit.
Played at St. John's too. They produce a lot of Division I goalies.
It's just so strange how disproportionate the number of players that make it that are position players versus goalies. Let's face it, this is a skating state. You know?
I was going to say, with the pond hockey,
Yeah.
when you're a kid, you don't even go goalie. You're not playing goalie.
No, you're not playing goalie. And if you did, it was the NAF. You threw the NAF between the pipes and you said, all right.
Well, so like during my playing career, I actually was lucky enough to go to this international goalie symposium.
Yeah.
So the director of goaltending for Sweden and Finland were there, and like there's a genuine interest from kids that want to be goalie because think of all the great Swedish goalies that play in NHL or Finland goalies,
Yes.
and their development model from when they're kids.
All the way.
When you're good and you're young, it's like players up here. There's so much development.
Yeah, you're right. There's Starfield goalies
100%.
in Sweden.
Yep.
Here in the States, it's Connor Bedard.
Yep.
It's Vinny Dangle.
Yep.
So it's tough for me with hockey because I'm old.
No, but you're 100% right.
I like guys that get a goal, an assist, and a 5-minute nature for fighting. L'Oreal hat trick. Back in the day, Keith Kachuk, Matthew Brady's dad, was the most physically imposing player I've ever seen.
100%.
Could fly. His current state wouldn't suggest it. He's a little puffy now. But back in the day, he was a beast.
Yeah.
I mean, fast, hit everyone. When somebody's 6'3" and 235 and they can outskate you, that's fucking scary. This is all I ever wanted to do. Really.
So by my calculations, 1, 2, 3, 17, 18, 19. 19 first round players.
It's actually 22. I bet a couple guys aren't playing. Go through this. This is all the players by name for both teams. I went and highlighted all the first rounders. Now there might be a player or two that's on this that isn't playing today.
Like that though? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. At 19.
Yeah, go through that. I was so curious about it because in the media story it said 22 of the team were first round choices, and I'm like, I gotta find out who they are. And I tallied it up, and it was.
82 soon.
I just thought of something that
Yep.
some of them might be 2024 draftees.
Well, I did any first round.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, this will have all 22. So you should be able to cross-reference it. But there's one player that's not playing today, and I don't know who it is.
I'll figure it out. Michael Misa's not playing.
Okay. Interesting. All right.
Oh, Michael Misa is playing. I missed him. Oh my gosh. All right, there's one of them.
Somebody is not playing.
Jesus.
Yeah. It's on the white team, I think. I don't know.
I must have just forgot to do him.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Hey, Chad, you want to just say let her rip? Okay. That's perfect. Yeah. Yep. Okay. I'll watch that. That's perfect. Just to make sure, the mics are hot now. Are they muted right now? Okay. Okay, all right. Okay, all right.
We found one of them.
Okay.
Dane Parege.
Oh yeah, he's not playing. Yep.
Nope, he's not playing.
And he was a first round draft choice.
Yep.
Okay. Yep.
Well, I think I got everybody else then. So I added a couple.
Yeah.
Oh, one.
Let's see. Let me count mine too.
Yeah, I was see that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Yep, I got 21.
17, 18, 19, 20, 21. What's so funny is I didn't look to see. Many of these guys are 2024. All right, so I'll adjust that. 21 players.
be proud, and be golden. Each guest visiting Ritter Arena assumes any and all risks related to the game of hockey, including but not limited to the risk of being injured by a flying puck, and agrees that the arena, league, university, employees, and the participating clubs and players are in no way liable for injuries resulting from such cases, and by attending this event waives any claim against any of them. During today's game, please remember to avoid leaning or climbing on the glass around the rink. For the safety of the players and avoid delays in the game, please do not throw objects of any kind onto the ice. Violators are subject to immediate ejection. We would also like to remind our fans that for the safety of the players, the use of flash photography is strictly prohibited. No flash photography. Thank you for your cooperation in helping to create a safe atmosphere. If at any point during today's game you are in need of emergency services, please summon the usher or security representative in your area or visit the first aid station behind section 2.
What time they want to go live?
With 2:45 on the clock. I've got a canned intro, but that's fine. We're very proud of Team USA winning last year because Isaac Howard, the kid that scored the winner in OT, is from where I live in Hudson.
Oh, yeah?
Hudson turns out to be really good hockey.
Located in section 2 and secure your seat at the 2026 World Juniors. The first 100 World Juniors tickets
Well, they
sold
play at
here
the
at
private
Summer
school.
Showcase,
Yeah.
each coming in limited edition
A lot of kids play at
WJC
Illinois.
hat. From USA versus Canada to the fiercest international rivalries,
Yeah,
this
Isaac
tournament
Howard
is where
was
the
the
next
one.
generation of NHL superstars battle
Almost
for
to a
gold
detriment.
and glory.
Scored
Don't miss
5
your
goals
chance
every
to be a
game.
part of history.
Not passing the puck.
fuck around. There's like none. So I texted the coach at Mankato. I was like, "You guys coming?" He goes, "Yeah, we can't afford them." This whole team.
I can't even imagine, right? With NIL, everything has changed. I don't really know what do you suppose, I'm not talking Mason West, but let's talk a good player. What's it going to cost to get him to come to your school? 100 grand a year?
If you're a first round pick
Yeah.
and you want to go play college hockey,
Yeah,
you're getting at least 50.
I would think at least 50.
At least 50 extra.
I'm
Now,
not sure what I think of NIL.
So I was
the
always.
NCAA basically profiting off of the kids, but
That's gonna be probably a good talking point, honestly, with this. But like,
yeah.
I don't know. I just thought as a college athlete, if I didn't have to spend any money on anything, I thought it was an unbelievable situation. Get your education.
Yeah.
You know, but when you start to realize the money that's getting brought in football and basketball,
Yes.
those guys that hold the National Hockey, a lot of these programs are breaking even. Probably losing money.
A lot of them are losing. I mean, a lot of the women's programs.
They lose all the
I
girls.
love softball, but that ain't paying the bills at U of M. Hoops and football. And here in Minnesota, you got the U of M hockey that could possibly add to the coffers, but it hasn't been blowing out the doors for the last 10 years here. I mean, the rest of them, like the girls, women's lacrosse, yep. Cross country, both men and women, yep, you're not getting it there. But that's where the top deserve the top money. They really do.
Well, it's all about value, right? Like
Yeah.
I can't argue that the quarterback at Texas
Right.
is worth some fucking money.
Yeah.
And not everybody's going to be and I think that's the reality of hockey is
Yeah.
like not everybody's going to be a great pro.
No.
So I'm all for players. Hey, if you're able to earn money and
Yes.
make most of your value,
How
do
about
it.
the kid from Tennessee that was basically holding out for the highest bidder? I mean, it's just crazy stuff. I don't even think he was that good of a quarterback. But yeah, it's tough for me. I have a tough time reconciling it because I'm like, oh man, they're making all this money, but at the same time, other people making money off of them. There has to be something in the way, and they're already getting a full ride. But there aren't that many. Here's the thing: if you really wanted to make it easy for the women's softball team, start giving more full rides because the full rides are football and basketball.
Well, baseball is only like 3 or 4 full rides. The sport of lacrosse is nothing.
Nothing. So if you want to make NIL, make it that way. Couch it that way where they're getting that. It won't happen. But I did see Stanford, Texas Tech. I'm a huge fast pitch softball fan. Baseball is great. Fast pitch softball is wonderful. The game moves so fast.
Yep.
Pitcher from Stanford went and was moved away for her junior year by Texas Tech, $1 million. And they went to the national championship, went to the final game, and it was her only bad game of the year. So they took second. That's good money.
She'll never earn that in her life. See, that's where I'm like, a lot of these guys, like,
Athletes Unlimited, no thanks. It's great. It's a great concept. Women's professional, volleyball, and softball. They don't turn a profit in the WNBA. So, and it's not that we don't love women's sports. We do. But, when you see somebody hit a baseball 480 feet, shoot a hockey puck 100 miles per hour,
it's special.
It's special.
And I love women's volleyball. I think it's awesome.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
By the way, in Minnesota this last year, when I called the boys teams, it was an inaugural year. The girls were so much ahead of the boys, it was crazy. If you would have taken the girls team from every school, I think they would have beaten the boys in straight sets. It is nobody on
Some
the
of
boys.
those girls can pound the puck.
They can pound it, but they got a setter. Nobody on the boys wants to set. The setters run all over and they put it. I want it right here. I'm going to run it quick. So, and look what University of Nebraska did. They had 80,000 people at Memorial Stadium for a volleyball game. So you can do that. Actually, the U of M is strong with volleyball too.
Well, I heard Nebraska is one of the only schools in the country that doesn't have depth. They don't. They make all their sports are so revenue generating that they don't.
That's crazy.
They should have a hockey program. I don't know how they don't.
I don't know why either. I mean, UNO is 45 minutes away. Get an arena.
That's not
Get an arena. If you build it, you'll get it.
Well, imagine too if you could have that rivalry.
Oh, that would be so
Nebraska
great
versus the
in
basketball.
state.
Yes.
let's see, I-80. The I-80 rivalry. Be wonderful.
Pays for itself.
Yeah, it really does. All right, we'll go at 2:45.
Some skills here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was online. Please be bad. Glittering.
It's all right. Hey, good afternoon, hockey fans, and greetings from Ritter Arena on the University of Minnesota campus in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Along with analyst Patrick Munson, this is Bernie Kelcher, thrilled to have you with us on USAHockeyTV.com for this afternoon's game between the Canada Red Squad and the Canada White Squad. I'm not much of a betting man, Packy, but I'll throw all my chips in the middle and say that a Canadian team is going to emerge victorious in this game.
You know, that is some great insight there, sir.
That's right.
You know, it's going to be a great game. 22 first-round picks on Team Canada, 21 in this game alone. Super exciting. The whole forward group for Team Red is first-round NHL draft
That's
pick.
insane. To say that there's a special display of talent here today would be an understatement. By the way, folks, that will be my one and only dad joke of the day. The Canadian team will win. Canada, the white squad, is going to start the game moving from left to right across your monitor. They exchange salutations, and then we're going to get this sucker on. Canada white moving left to right. Canada red moving right to left. We'll see who's between the pipes. For white, it looks like it's going to be number 1, Jack Ivankovic. Stands 5'11", number 1. We are expecting fair play here. So we'll see Joshua Ravensbergen at some point. His counterpart is number 30, Carter George. George 6'1". All right, Packy, when you were playing nets at DU, what did you stand at? I know you're already so old you're shrinking, but 6'2"-ish?
6'2", 6'3" around that time, yep.
All right. We folks are in for a treat today because we've got a goalie experts. And every time there's something that I don't understand about the goalies, I'm going to lean in on him. We'll play 3 periods, 20 minutes in length. If we're tied, I think there's a 5-player shootout. This is a showcase. This is game number 5. These 2 Canadian teams will be pared down to one team, and they'll play tomorrow in a game in the afternoon against Finland at 4:30. So some of these boys, it's a one and done. With this much talent, how can you make an assessment? 21 first-round draft choices. And the funny thing is, there's going to be sleepers in here. There's going to be players that didn't get drafted in the first round, but are playing awesome.
You know, I think for this Team Canada, the last couple of years have been disappointment not getting the gold. I think, you know, there's going to be a focus on building a team. There's so much talent, so many offensive pieces, but, you know,
Absolutely.
to win those games, it's going to be 2-1, 3-2, and, you know, you're going to have to find guys that can kill the last minute of a game and kill penalties. So, basically to see these guys kind of sort themselves out here over the next 60.
Yep, we'll talk about the disappointments over the last 2 years. That one is one touched into the zone. Getting it for White. Around the net there is Danford. Danford connects with his forward, and then that's coughed up. It's turned over right away again after that for White. That was number 11, Michael Misa. And on the counter, Red got it out of their zone. Brought it into the attacking zone. Now with it for Red, that was Boisvert. There's a couple of French kids. I'm hoping to display my mastery of the French language here when they score. 4 years of high school French and then a foreign exchange to it now. In the near corner, that was Muse. Gets it in deep, and then he'll take a spot at the right point. They jam away at it. It's popped up in the air, nudged forward, held in the zone, and now swooping in on the loose puck with speed. This is Spence. Malcolm Spence turns around the D, got turned around, and then the Canadian red player goes crashing into the crease, and we'll get a stoppage.
Really good save there by LA King, Signey, Carter George. You can see the Canadian forward driving the net here, Spence, and what a save here by Carter.
Yep.
Way to really seal the bottom of the net. And, you know, he's a big kid. He's a talented goaltender. And it's going to be really interesting to see what Canada chooses in net here. Jack Ivankovic really, in the last 6 months, has really popped onto the scene. Undersized, but so athletic. And obviously 2 NHL signees here on Team Red.
Yeah. I mean, I can't imagine what it's like when the forward turns the corner, spins the defense around, and he's breaking it all alone on you, and you know you got to hold your ground, and you might get rolled.
Well, speaking of physicality, even around the net, very interested to see how this all plays out because both teams are Team Canada. You don't expect to see too many big hits.
No, that was a beautiful one-touch to bring the puck into the zone. I think it was, checking to see, it was Kindle. Just a nifty little one-touch along the far boards, and that allowed for a really nice entry. That one is touched in the zone, and then White will get a couple of fresh players out on the ice. Ritchie takes a seat, tracking it down in his own zone now. With it for Canada. I can say that and get away with it. That was Dickinson. Sent in. George played that one into the corner. It's picked up momentarily there by Parasak. Red will counter. It's hoisted out to center, knocked out of midair. Teams chip away at it, then a pass is whipped over here on the near side to Martin, but that one was picked up by Dickerson. Dickerson is harassed. He's got a man all over him, manages to get it out of the zone on the far side and got it to center. Here's a headman pass up ahead. With it, here is Parasak. Had it stripped at the last second. Coots had it. Held in. Thought the player wanted to drop it to the point. Instead, Red on the attack. Chipping and chasing with it. Here comes Braden Coots. Beaten to the puck, and that will allow White to mount a rush. Into the attacking zone, Misa wanted to go backdoor to Gavin McKenna. McKenna, by all thoughts, will be the top pick in next year's NHL amateur draft. Now it's played all the way back into the red zone for Berkeley Cotton. Cotton drops that one to Schaefer. Schaefer, the #1 pick in this last June's draft, got knocked off the puck at the last second. There's some good hockey hair there. That's McKenna. Boy, he's going to be the #1 pick in my hockey hair draft. Got the great flow going up the ice. That one is held in at the left point by Carbonneau. Fed that one to McKenna. Down low, beautiful pass. They look to feed it out front. Ellick had a man out front. I liked the pass. Just couldn't connect. Now back the other way. Red will drop it. Here's Kindle. Whips on cross ice. Was just outside of the reach of Muse. Muse fed it down low now. Here's a chance. White gains center ice, and then it's just flipped in and then peeling off in favor of fresh legs for White was McKenna. Nice shift for the youngster. That one is carried into the zone. We're going to see a lot of running time here. These teams with so much talent, there won't be a whole lot of muckery in this game.
No, so much stick talent, and you got to project. First round NHL draft pick, you're expecting guys to play in the top 6. Not a lot of guys fighting for that bottom 6.
That's right.
So, you know, I think you're going to see a lot of, really tight end plays, a lot of plays right through the body. And, yeah, it'll be interesting to see if there's a physical element, especially for guys trying to make this team at the bottom.
I think it'll be interesting if that happens, because then it's almost the unspoken rule. Wait a minute, this is a showcase. It's part of a round-robin tournament. I didn't think we were going that hard today. Well, but if you're fighting for a spot.
And these kids are so competitive, right? And I think the coach and the bench are obviously evaluating. But,
yes,
at the end of the day, it's nice to have bragging rights even at dinner tonight.
All the way.
You want to make sure you win.
Doesn't matter what game it is. They swing it on over here to the near side. That was dumped ahead by Danford. Around it goes. Picking it up for Red. That's Reed. Reed had it chopped at. He's hacked at there by Carbonneau. Carbonneau sends it to the point. A bomb. That hits traffic. Wicked shot there from Protz. Now Vanaker run into there. That's a delayed offside. Play continues on. It's dug out. Danford swings it over, gets it back. Shakes and shimmies out to center. tosses it into the near corner, and then off the boards, going skate to stick with it for White was Ole Josephson. He got the shot in, and George made the save. Just 2 shots on goal in this game.
A lot of pace, a lot of plays being made right away. But, yeah, guys a little bit not eager to shoot. A lot of in-tight plays here. And here's another look here at George. Just so square, so simple. Good defense there, and just an easy cover.
Shutting him down. Off the draw, win for Red. Up with it there. That was Brunicky. It's flipped out to center off the dasher as my voice changes. Now, toe drag there from Boisvert. Sent it out front. Stymied by Ivan Kovic.
Sasha Boisvert, a lot of talk this offseason, switching from North Dakota to BU after finishing the NCHC Rookie of the Year. It's first round pick by Chicago, and kind of a new age living here with the NIL and the transfer portal. A high-end player for North Dakota. Looks for somewhere better.
Isn't that crazy?
It's hard to imagine for
10 years ago, never.
Yeah, never.
Couldn't even imagine it.
Nope.
I just like saying Boisvert. Okay, I mean, that's it. I said, is it Boisvert? And he said, Boisvert is good. I'm like, excellent.
Well, last year they called it 18 times every time he scored for North Dakota.
That's
so
all right.
Going to have a big sophomore season here for Boston University.
Yeah. Now they get one in the middle. That one is chipped in. It'll roll in. Ivan Kovic sweeps that one out to center.
Really nice play.
Parasak was trying to headman that one up. Instead, it was stripped away by Coots. They swing it over. Aitchison, his shot blocked. Nice job. Parasak is feeling that one. He'll skate it off. They jam away on the end boards. With it there, that's Kindle. Kindle lost the puck to Misa. It's dug free. Parasak, he's going to stay out there. He's a hockey player. Could have gone to the bench after blocking that shot. No, sir. Now with it at center ice. Here comes Reshny. Got that one to his teammate, and then Coots bangs that one in, and then we'll get a fresh 5 on the ice for Red. So 8:30 to go here, scoreless first.
So interesting to see yesterday with the Finnish team and even the Swedish team, their willingness to block shots, willingness to defend right away here. I'm not saying it looks like a pond hockey game, but just the skill is so high that you can tell all the teams want to get goals up.
In what is essentially an exhibition. But once they, you know what? Once they put the time on the clock and you lace them up, it's a game, no matter where you're playing. Reed feeds that one over. Caught on the backhand there. Here's Vanaker. Vanaker tried to go to the middle. There's nobody home. Now there's a chance. Up with it. Can't see the jersey. Still struggling.
Michigan State commit Caden Lindstrom.
That's who it was. Went to the forehand after some stick handling in a phone booth there. Just couldn't get the shot off. Now they swing it to the outside. With it, here is Wetch. Had it stripped away. Reed has it. Takes a hit from Wetch. Now it's played out to center. Cross-ice pass. Puck pinballs back into the white zone. Ivan Kovic plays it out of trouble. And then another smart play there by Pro. It's just not a sexy play, but it's the right play to do. Wanted to go in the middle of the ice. Instead said, my Pee-wee coach said, put this one up the boards. Get it out of the zone first. Now a bouncing puck. Tapped out of the zone. Now it's up ahead with the step. Streaking in. Pinball flipper pad save made there by Ivan Kovic. Stymieing Hage. Best chance of the game for Red. Little spinorama there for White. Nothing happens. Here's Hage again. Hage puts on the brakes. Looking. Toe drag to get away from Elick. Sends one out front. That one was intercepted. Danford shoves it up the wall out to center. Aitchison sends it in. Red tags up.
Michael Hayes, such a special player, man. Such a Chicago Steel product. Played last year at the University of Michigan, over a point a game. You can just see with his pace and physicality, they got to be excited over there at Michigan.
Look at this. With the rush here now, here comes McKenna. Flips a backhand. He was trying to connect with Misa. Couldn't quite find that connection. Now with it for Red. Around the boards was Baudouin. Baudouin sends that one over. I'm telling you, it's a special treat if any of these French kids score today. All right, now back the other way. Ritchie gets that one up ahead with numbers. 3-on-2 Brewing. Left circle, they swing it over. Oh, just too cute. There was a man out front. Misa wanted to feed that one to, I believe it was McKenna. I would have favored the shot, but that's okay. I'm a shooter. Now here's the shot. They maybe were looking for a redirect. Player was dumped out front. That was Misa, no call. Good pressure and zone time here by White. Finally, it's lofted out to center. Red will now get some really tired bodies off the ice, get some fresh legs on with 5:30 to go. Just 3 shots on goal for each team. That doesn't seem right.
Might be less whistles.
There certainly hasn't been an icing call. I don't know if there's been an offsides.
Just a couple freezings by the goaltenders. That's
right.
about it.
That's it. Good pace around the cage. Hacked at. Now they tried to feed that one out instead. It's picked up by Parasak. Parasak weaves his way, gets around Reed, looking for Lindstrom out front. Lindstrom has got it, puts a move on the defenseman, then tried to feed that one over to Terrence Smith, but no go. Back the other way. Cameron Reed fires it in the near corner intentionally. Picking that one up and rifling it around was Vanacker. Instead, it was picked up by White Smith. Parasak with it. Does he have a step? No. Tried to cut inside of Cotton. Couldn't complete the move. Firewagon hockey. That one is dumped to the outside. Vanacker had it. Wetch. Now Schaefer whips it over. We're onside now with speed. At the last second, a beautiful deflection from the stick of Owen Protes. That was Catton. There's just so much talent here. We talked about it. 21 first-round picks. There's actually 22. One of the players who was supposed to be playing today is not.
Well, not to mention the players that aren't even here.
And then there's 8 other players. 8 players who were invited to attend this showcase but couldn't for whatever reason. In most of their cases, it's injuries. All 8 of those players are first-round picks. 5 from 2024, 3 from 2025. Now there's a 2-on-1 down low. They give it up, walking in, ran out of room. With it there, that was Martoni. A shot and a goal. That one managed to get by Jack Ivankovic. The first chance, I thought that Porter Martoni might be able to find the back of the net, but instead it's going to be Hage. Michael Hage lights the lamp for game's first goal. Time of that goal, 16:20. I would believe that Martoni will get an assist on this one. There was the great chance in tight from Martoni. Well, actually it was before that. We'll get the official scoring summary here.
Yeah, just a great move here by Michael Hage. Like, Jack Ivanovic, one of the best goalies in the world right now at his age, and to be able to squeak on by their 5 holes, really nice goal.
Yes.
Not the greatest defensive coverage, though, in front of the net, I'll say
No,
that.
not at all. Well, they said Martone. I had a conversation with the boys ahead of time while they were going through their soccer workouts before the game. They said Martone, Martoni, whatever. I said, I'm Italian, it's Martoni. So Martoni gets the assist, and Boisvert will also pick up a helper on that one. Now here comes White. Trailing by 1, they flow it right to the hash marks, and the shot was ripped wide by Dickinson. Dickinson holds it in momentarily. Getting onside was Carbonneau. White on the attack again. I thought there was going to be a drop pass there to Carbonneau from Misa. Instead, Red picks it up, and they bring it out to center. With it there, that's Reshny. Reshny has to wait. He had a man in the zone, and that sparks a rush the other way. With it, here comes Carbonneau. Knocked off the puck, but there's a follow-up from McKenna. Excuse me, Lindstrom. Lindstrom had it, gave that one up. Now with it there, trying to see who that was, couldn't tell. There's a shot and an easy glove save made there by George. He'll take that one all day long.
Cade Lindstrom, him and Porter Martone both expected to arrive at Michigan State in the fall, and Lindstrom's been noticeable early. His pace, his physicality, he's a big boy, but just his in-tight hands and his ability to go through the triangle on a number of these players. He's going to be fun to watch in college hockey this year.
He's been very good already. Face off to the right of George. Lindstrom matches up. And they're going to toss the red player. That was, oh no, they're going to keep him. Baudouin got the warning. Lindstrom wins the draw. Played out to the point. Elick with it. Wanted to go in the middle. Instead, that one is gobbled up by Martin. Martin gets that one up ahead. With it here is Vanaker. Vanaker sent one down low. The shot came in. I believe that Ivan Kovic made the save off of Baudouin. There's a shot. Sounded like a pad save. That one goes through the blue paint. Now along the near side, Ritchie was after it, along with Reed. Picking it up instead for White is Danford. Hoists it high out to center. It was gloved there by Gill. Now after it for White is Ritchie. 1-on-5, Ritchie doing his best while reinforcements show up. Then he feeds it perfectly to O'Brien. Bryan couldn't do much. Wow, what a shot. Sneaky shot and a wicked save there from George. That shot was right off the stick of Josephson. Didn't have it on there very long. An unorthodox save for sure.
Yeah, wasn't able to set his feet with such a quick release, but way to fight that one off, especially from the slot.
Came way out too. Now they muck it around in the end boards. It's finally chiseled free. That shot is hit off of one of the Red players. That will allow Red to get reinforcements out there as we hit the final minute of the first period.
Yeah, Ryder Ritchie, second-round pick to the Minnesota Wild. He's another name that'll be making the good jump to college with Sasha Boisvert, as you earlier mentioned. He's going to Boston University as well. Kind of a big pickup for the Terriers.
Packy, they didn't tell me you were going to be an encyclopedia. This is wonderful.
Supposed to be an analytics guy, right? I'm supposed to have a little bit of insight
you done good.
You know what's going on.
You done good. I did my homework, but you're starting to spout off where all these guys are playing at. I've got it on a piece of paper here, but it's good to know that somebody's got my back here today. All right, that was a stoppage for a play that left the playing surface. Face-off in the neutral zone right here in front of us. 41.2 to go. Red leads it. Hage from Boisvert and Martoni at 16-20. Off the draw. That one is backhanded in by Martoni. Smith will play it first. Chips that one around, then gets buried. Misa is in there after it. Still time to mount a rush. Active stick work there by Martoni. Thwarted that one. Now it's brought in the zone, and Martoni has it. Whips a backhand to the far boards. That one is picked up by White. Smith will play it with just 12 to go. One last rush. That one will be dumped in. George watches it go. Horn sounds, ending the first period of play. The one goal, as we mentioned, by Hage. Shots on goal favored White by a 5-4 tally. Pretty tight checking game. Maybe 2 or 3 odd man rushes, and the one was a 2-on-1 down low. It was a 2-on-1 from basically the hash marks down.
Turned into a mini breakaway, basically.
It did, absolutely. So yeah, that's what I expected. It's going to be interesting because you talked about it already. Canada, having lost in disappointing fashion the last 2 years in the World Juniors, they're not going to go out quietly this year. So you look at this team, at this point, you would have to think they're the prohibitive favorite. The U.S. team has 9 first-round draft choices. That's great too. But you look at this, and so Canada, before these last 2 losses, they reeled off 4 years where they were in the title game. 3 gold medals. They beat Czechia, they beat Russia, they beat USA, and then they had 1 loss. The 1 loss was to Team USA. How could I forget that one? Dale Hunter is their head coach. I can't imagine playing for Dale Hunter. Back in the day, I'm a few years older. Dale Hunter was the epitome of tough-nosed hockey in the NHL. I think if I had run into Dale Hunter in the lobby today, I might have been intimidated by his presence. He was a beast.
I think I still am today. I saw him in the lobby before the game.
Okay.
I was already a little terrified of old Dale Hunter.
He's so, and I don't know with this game today, I took the names of some of the coaches. We had Brad Lauer, Gardner McDougall, and Misha Donskoff. They're behind the bench, but it's Dale Hunter who's the head coach. So we'll see how he figures out how to fashion this team. So we know that the World Junior Showcase takes place later this year. It's going to take place at the X and I think it's going to take place here at Ritter. It'll be from December 26th through January 5th. So essentially, this showcase is just a tryout for some of these players. Certainly for the 4 teams, 2 USA, 2 Canada. For Team Finland and Team Sweden, I don't think as much.
Team Sweden and Team Finland, they brought some extra bodies, and I think there was a little bit of a shuffle yesterday in their lineups. But, I think that's the difference between just the number of players they can choose from. And I think for Team Finland and Team Sweden, a lot of those players play within their country, and it's definitely a little bit more sorted out throughout that time where, the U.S. and Canada between, major, junior, and college, and even some of these kids that are, played still in the USHL. It's just a little bit different way of evaluation. It's obviously up to the staff. Bob Motzko, Steve Miller. Really familiar with the player pool, but just to see them on the ice, it got to sort itself out.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I tell you, we could talk for another 12 minutes, or we could not. I'm going to say we're going to give it a break for a while. We'll join you back at the start of the second period after 1 period of play in the books. Canada Red leads Canada White 1-0. welcome back, everyone. Bernie Kelcher along with Patrick Packy Munson, streaming live from Ritter Arena on the University of Minnesota campus. This is the home ice arena of the 7-time national champion Golden Gopher women's hockey team. So this is going to be a wrinkle in this second period. By the way, remember when I told y'all that we were going to play 20-minute periods? Yeah, it turned out it was 15. Oopsie. So
I was going to say, that went by fast. I didn't even
looked at
notice.
the clock, and I went, boy, this is flowing by so fast. So the time on that goal by Hage was actually 11:20. For those of you scoring at home, Hage from Boisvert and Martone. I get to pronounce Martone's name 2 different ways. I got his blessing before the game. The boys on the team seem to get a kick out of that. So this second period, we're going to start out with 16 minutes on the clock. We're going to start out with a power play, and then we're going to basically rotate power plays between the 2 teams. My understanding is that it's for the entire period. So if one team doesn't score on the power play, they'll play 5-on-5 until there's a stoppage, and then the other team will get the man advantage. I said it already, Packy. There wasn't a lot of stoppages in that first period. You're going to see some pucks that are just chucked out of play, oops-a-daisy, just to get that power play going. So we'll see who starts out with the 5-on-4.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, which unit really pops. And
yeah,
a lot of these kids, obviously didn't play together, right? Played in different teams in the OHL, WHL, and so kind of excited to see which kind of group comes together quickly. And Sticks and McKenna and Schaefer and a ton of these high-end sticks will be really interesting to see on the power play.
It's going to be a blast. Both goaltenders remain the same. Between the pipes for red is Carter George, and for white, Jack Ivankovic. They'll stay that way until I believe the 8-minute mark. We'll see. All right, so the penalty box door to Team Red is open. The clock shows 2:30. Seems like there's some confusion right now over at the scorer's table.
I tell you what, I really don't envy being a goalie that's to walk into the power play game right now.
Here we go, 5-on-4. You had a bunch of butterflies and softballs lobbed at you in the first period, and now you're going to have weak side one-timers from in tight, screenshots from everywhere.
Well, let alone the guys that are in the game now coming off the bench. That would be a whole. Yeah, you haven't seen a shot in an hour.
Yeah.
Good luck stopping Michael Meese's one-timer.
Right. All right. So they put 2:30 on the clock. This is not what I was anticipating. I see a lot of hand gesturing from the scorer's table, and one of the officials is waving down the referees. They're going to have a discussion. Again, this is Game 1 for Team Canada. This is as 2 separate squads. Tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday, they'll play games. All right, so now the penalty box door is open. I didn't see who stepped in for red. I think it might have been Boisvert. So it's a 5-on-4 for white. They're moving from right to left across your monitor. We are underway. Cranking it up. Here comes McKenna. Gallops into the attacking zone, puts on the brakes, creates some room. Sent it down low. They wanted to send one at the hash marks for a one-timer there for Misa. That one just failed to connect. It was Lindstrom on that. Here's McKenna at the point. Left circle. Sends it over. That one was deflected. Read very well. That was Baudouin. Up top. Down low, McKenna. Left circle. Takes a look. Sends one in. That one was a pad save made by George. Mostly a harmless shot there. Just throw it on net. Puck is held in the zone. Now here's a chance for red, and they'll send that one down. And they'll get 4 fresh penalty killers out there.
It's also a good look for Dale Hunter to see who can penalty kill, right?
All the way.
Talking about building the roster. There's tons of power play guys, right?
This is right. That one is offside. 1:29 to go in the 5-on-4. You're right. So for those players that maybe are on the cusp and they're not going to light it up with the goals and the assists, they're not going to light it up on the score sheet, But if you can be a gamer on specialty teams, there you go. There's the spot.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like one of the jitterbuggy penalty killers that just scoot along the ice and disrupt every breakout?
Yeah, those second and third efforts, willingness to block shots, even in this kind of environment, I think that stuff will stand out
all the way.
mightily.
Here's Smith. Smith was watched by Vanaker. He'll drop that back. Now with speed, good entry. Give and go there with it. That was Ritchie. They jam away. It comes out to the point for Smith. Whips it over to Spence. Spence had a man down low, couldn't get it to him. Minute 4 in the 5-on-4. Now after it, here's O'Brien. O'Brien got that one over to Spence. They chip it along the boards. Smith has it. A shot, glances off the glove of George. Didn't handle it cleanly, kept it out of the net. Now they've got time and space. They'll swing it over. O'Brien thought about the one-timer. Tried to send one down low. That went off the skate of Muse. Comes all the way over to Ritchie. Ritchie dumps it down low. There was that quick pass down low to the man that's in that triangle. So it's a 2-minute penalty. So now we've got 25 seconds. So here's what they're going to do. They're going to play for the next 25. Hold that thought. There's a shot at the last second. The defenseman, that was a nice play by Smith to thwart that scoring chance. They put 2:30 on the scoreboard. The power play is 2. We're going to run it down to just when the time expires in 7 seconds. And then White will go on the offense for a 5-on-4. And that will happen right now.
Henry Muse last year played in Sudbury. 95 points on the back end. Obviously a complete.
That's crazy.
82. Sorry.
Okay, I was going to say. Only 82.
Only 82
Only 82.
points.
Okay.
Going to be attending the University of Michigan this fall. That was a pretty nice play on the PK.
Yes.
Just playing off the goalie there, blocking that pass, and
Absolutely.
he's been noticeable both ends of the ice.
So this will be a power play now for Red. You don't even need to put anyone in the box, do you? Oh, yeah, you do. Because if they, with 2:30, I was like, why are we putting somebody in the box?
You can sprint for that breakaway, right?
Right? So now, because there's an extra 30 seconds on this, he'll join play. I've never seen a showcase game or an exhibition with this format. I love it. Face off to the right now of Ivan Kovic. It's won by Red, played out to the point. With it there, that was Schaefer. Sent up the wall to Cotton. Now both teams loving that pass where they send it down to the end line, and then they're trying to get it back right at the hash marks for a one-timer. Schaefer swings it over. Down low, that one was scooped and missed by Martone. Took the feed from Reshny. Now White will bang it out of their zone. That was Josephson. 4 fresh sets of legs out on the ice now for White. Here's Schaefer, avoids the stick check from Spence, leaves a drop. Carrying speed into the attacking zone is Catton. Drop there to Martone. They swing it over. The shot from Reshi. I think Ivan Kovic got a piece of that one. Off the boards, Schaefer swings it over. With it there, that's Catton. Cotton, excuse me. Wait, no, it's Catton. Having a tough time. 58-year-old eyes can't read my own writing. Down low, running out of room. They'll reset it up top to Schaefer. That one is deflected. Pad save is made by Ivan Kovic. Around the cage with it. Here's Martone. Sends it to Reshi. Up top to Schaefer. Still a minute to go in the power play. They send it down low. A nice save by Ivan Kovic. Comes out to Schaefer. He'll whip the shot. Big pad save, and quickly corralling that loose puck was Ivan Kovic.
Really good save there by Ivan Kovic. Talking about your analysis of the bumper play. As a goaltender, it's a lot easier when you don't have to worry about that middle of the ice, right?
Yep.
You can kind of focus on your flanks and even a goal line play.
Yes.
But as you see here, being able to attack that middle of the ice there, the goaltender has to make a reactionary save, and Ivan Kovic looks solid so far. His athleticism, his quickness is impressive for sure.
Yep, squared up to the shooter. Off the face-off win, Muse played it to the outside, gets it back. Up top, he'll swing that one. Right circle, turning with it there. That was Coots. Sends it down low, gets it back. Coots on the rim of the circle. Send it to the middle, swing and a miss. The follow-up chance, they sent one out front. The redirect just went wide. That was a feed from Hage. Hage has it again, and at the side of the cage, banging it in for a power play goal was Merrick Vanaker. Got loose on the weak side, and Hage with a goal and an assist now. Red takes a 2-0 lead. That's a power play goal.
Yeah, even just away from the points, Hage has been so noticeable all over the ice. And
yes, he has been a very good game.
You see here, play to the middle of the ice, back door. Not much goal.
Not much a goalie can do.
Nope. Another player I thought that stood out is Braden Coots.
Yes.
A really good player. He's a driver. Last year played for the Seattle Thunderbirds in the WHL and was a captain for their team as well.
Awesome.
Another first-round pick. Imagine
Another
that.
first-round pick. They didn't give that right. Huh. They gave that one to... I'm not sure about the goal there. I heard some names. They had unknown. Okay, well now White goes on the power play again. We're going to go back and forth this way throughout the entire period. So 2.5 minutes. It's a 2-minute power play. And then if the team that is shorthanded kills it off, there's just another 30 seconds of 5-on-5 hockey. Here comes McKenna with speed. Gets around Aitchison. Dumps it around. First player there was Red, but great hustle by Lindstrom. He'll swing it to Dickinson. They swing it over. Backdoor. Bang, bang play. Lindstrom's follow-up chance went through the blue paint area.
Great save by George.
That was fantastic. I'm trying to see who it is. I believe it was Misa. There's a bomb coming way out was George to deny Carbonell. Red comes up with it, and they may have a break here. It's a very tired White team. 2-on-1 shorthanded. There's a shot and a nifty glove save. Ivan Kovic denies Catton on the shorthanded rush. There were some fatigued players there trying to get back up the ice for White.
Here's a look here.
Oh, look how far George came out of his crease on that.
Yeah. Justin Carbonell, first-round pick by the St. Louis Blues, and one of the only few guys that are from the QMJHL on this Team Canada roster, but he can really wire it, and what a save there by George.
Yep. That one is dumped in. Ivan Kovic is going to play that one out to center. White carries it in. Here comes Spence. At the last second, he had his shot just altered by Brunicky.
When you have an elite puck handler in back there, it can be amazing how you can bypass some of the forecheck and
All the
create
way.
chances all the time.
Absolutely. Yeah, that entry, I maintain there's a lot of beautiful plays in hockey, but one of the most beautiful is a brilliant entry pass that's at high speed, at full speed.
These guys are so talented. Be able to attack triangles, attack feet, attack heels. It's special for sure.
I mean, my favorite thing is just to see how the defense have to react to it, and they're usually just in quicksand or they're in concrete.
Absolute no man's land.
No man's land at all. I mean, not everyone's going to do it like Connor McDavid. I get it. So a successful kill for the Red squad. So White is 0 for 2 on their power play opportunities. We'll play down another 18.7 seconds, 5-on-5. Here's White with a chance. That hit traffic, never made it to the net. Now behind the cage with it, that was Josephson. Josephson watched from afar, sent it to the point. Final seconds going. That's going to do it. And we'll get Red out here with another 5-on-4 power play. They're 1 for 1. I'm quite certain that it was Vanaker. In the game sheet, they announced it as somebody whose name I didn't even understand, and it's showing up currently as a player who's unknown. But I think I had that one, folks. I thought I saw that one pretty clearly.
No argument here.
He'd camped out there for quite a while. I'm not saying he pitched a tent, but he was enjoying the scenery. Good vision by Hage to get it to him. Lindstrom will sit this one out for White. Drew the short straw, and he'll sit for 2 minutes.
Is that a compliment, or if you get put in the box, is that maybe?
I wonder what that is. I think it's just, can you do rock, paper, scissors with 20 guys? That's probably more like 18. Now there's a feed. They tried to send that one around. Reshi with a nice job. He was looking down low. Pass failed to click. Out for a skate with it is George. He'll give it to Schaefer. Schaefer was watched there closely by Wetch.
No surprise here, Schaefer being the #1 pick in the NHL draft. I don't think he's made the wrong play once so far in these first two periods.
Again, a beautiful entry there. Throws it back. Oh, excuse me, that wasn't Schaefer on the entry. I'll fling that one over. That was Martone. Along the near side. It's chucked out to center. Schaefer on his horse. He'll settle down the twirling puck while Spence watches him. Still 54 seconds to go in the 5-on-4. Red gains the zone. Swinging it back. Schaefer calmly plays that one. Down low, they're going to try and activate the defense. No, they went in the middle of the ice. They were looking for Catton. That one is flipped in, and a deflection right out front by Martone is stymied by Ivan Kovic. And we'll get a stoppage and a face-off inside of the white zone.
Probably won't get much disagreement here from Team Canada, but especially from a goaltender's lens, when a defenseman is always a shooting threat like Michael Schaefer is, it is absolutely daunting. He gets the middle of the ice, he makes it really hard to find it, and right there, a good tip in front, but a good save by Vankovic.
There's a one-timer, went off the heel of the stick there. Muse whipped that one over to Hage. Now in the corner, they jam away. In there is Elick. It's popped free. Trying to free some room now with it. The shot, that one never made its way on net. Protz gets that one and bangs that one out through center. Muse will track it down with 21 to go in the 5-on-4. At some point, I do expect we'll see the goaltenders switched up, perhaps even after this power play. And like you said, nothing better than coming into the game. First thing you got to do is face a 5-on-4.
Well, at least they're going to see some rubber. I guess
yes,
there's some solitude in there.
There's that. Successful kill for White. Now with it, with just 18 seconds, that pass was a little bit behind. Now along the near side with it, that was Catton. Out at center, Lindstrom. 5 to go. Buzzer will sound. And then let's see what we've got. I'm taking a look at the benches, and I'm taking a look at the goalies. I don't see any movement. Here comes Ravensbergen. Well, no, he's just opening the door. Well, yep, Ivan Kovic. Both goalies are exiting. So coming into the game now for White will be 6'4" southpaw netminder Joshua Ravensbergen.
I think both goaltenders have to be pretty high with their performance. Obviously, a couple goals here on Ivan Kovic, but he made a few saves that.
Ivan Kovic, that last one, there's just no way he can save that one.
No, Kerr George, you can tell he's had a little bit of pro time just with his anticipation, the way he read the play, and a couple of those saves, just getting across, being set, making saves. It's pretty impressive.
The goaltender now for the Red squad will be number 60, Evan Gardner, 6 feet tall. And we'll go back on the power plays again.
Yeah, Saskatoon Blades goaltender. He signed with the Columbus Blue Jackets. Him and Gardner, or him and George are the two goalies that are both signed in the NHL already. Which is kind of interesting now, obviously, with the these players having the ability to play college and have that extra development time, and to sign and kind of throw that away. Maybe it's the American version of bias, but it's going to be exciting to see guys like McKenna and Cole Reschny going to UND, and obviously Hage had such a good year. Michigan going to come back for the year. It's obviously a different type of development, right? More time in the weight room, more time practicing, but Caden Lindstrom going to Michigan State is going to be awesome to see, and Misa's brother going to Penn State. He might be up in the air of potentially going to college as well.
Yeah. Exciting time for so many of these players. Off the draw, they get this one over to Dickinson. Swings it over. Shot comes down low. Here's McKenna. Left circle. Sizzler high over the blocker. It'll take me a while to get used to these goalies now again. Whipped over. McKenna gives it back down low, a one touch. That one was sent out of harm's way by Gardner. Now it's chucked out to center.
McKenna's anticipation is so impressive. Be able to find that pass through the triangle, just not hard to see why he's the potential first-round pick.
Reed on a give and go, and he's denied by Ravensburgen. Great scoring chance there for Red. Reed and Kindle. Another chance and another save by Regensburgen.
That's big for his confidence right
I
away
would say,
coming in.
right,
Big
coming
save.
in.
Absolutely, especially on the penalty kill to kind of settle things down a little bit.
For a moment there, I was losing track of who was on the 5-on-4. It's a very herky-jerky format. It requires constant attention by me.
Well, especially when they're probably interchanging a few of these guys and trying to give everybody a chance to see what they can do.
Off the draw. Red with some sustained pressure here on the PK. That one glances off a stick. Picking it up here is Smith. Down to 40 seconds in the 5-on-4 for White. Now they're on the attack. Weaving out to center, carrying it in the zone. Brought into the zone there by Ritchie. Around it goes to Spence. Spence will shovel that one around. The first one to get to it for Red is Aitchison. And then he makes no mistake and hammers that. Ravensburgen holds on to that with 15 to go in the 5-on-4. One last rush for White. They trail it 2-zip. Fancy stick handling by O'Brien. He was harassed but managed to play that one over. They're looking for the back door for Spence. Instead, they go in the middle and it's a goal. Parasak. Great deception on that play. There was a man that was loose on the weak side to the right of Evan Gardner. That might have caused him to glance just away. And then the next thing you know, here's Parasak in the middle, right there.
I know they won't show it on the replay, but what a play by Jake O'Brien, first-round pick.
Yes, it was. Right at the blue line.
To suck that D in, almost do like a little drop pass to himself and keep possession. That was an unbelievable play by him. And
he won't be on the stat sheet.
No.
But it was. I'm glad you brought that up, Packy, because for all intents and purposes, I was going to be convinced that he was going to have that puck stolen from him. Not only did he not have it stolen, he was able to play it across to his D partner, and then it eventually cycles down for a goal for Parasak. Now on the power play is Red. White 1 for 3 on the power play. They trail it 2-1. I'll try and get you the official scoring on that one. Now here's potential rush, shorthanded, with a step and a shot and a save. Gardner then quickly drops it, denying Wetch. So Parasak from Ritchie and Smith. Shorthanded. That shot rifled just high, and then I believe it left the playing surface by Misa.
You know, something that was kind of common yesterday with both power plays in both the games was teams trying to force plays that really weren't there.
Yes.
And it was really hard on entry to, especially with Finland and Sweden were so good at holding their offensive blue line that just really impressive here to see the defensive side of things, but on the offensive side, making the right play, getting set up, not as easy as you'd expect in this game.
Absolutely. That has to be so frustrating when you've got the man advantage and you're just not able to get that entry that you want. I get it. Sometimes you have to dump the puck in, but on skating in alone,
look at
shot,
Hage.
Save was made. Hage walks right in. Ravensburgen stones him. Still a minute to go on the power play. They were looking for a tip out front. Now it's a turnover and back the other way. I believe that's McKenna. It is. Tried to feed that one. Now he gets the puck and he hammers one from in tight. The save was made there by Gardner. With it, here is Kindle. Feathers that one in and then goes in after it. He runs right into Danford in the process. The process. Down low, they jam away at it. With it, here's Elick. With time, with space, they'll send it down. 16 to go in the man advantage.
Yeah, these showcase settings can be really difficult for players. Obviously, you want to get noticed. You want to make great plays to help you make a team, but at the end of the day, the right play ends up getting noticed more often than not. But obviously, kind of a mental twister. And some players, it's not their game to play in the showcase type of hockey.
No. Penalty time is over. A successful kill for White. They're 1 for 3. Both teams, or they're 2 for 3. Both teams 1 for 3 with the man advantage. That shot just wide. That one is played through center. The race is on. Great play by Gardner. Love that play. Even though he didn't play it where he wanted to. I think goalies that just sit back like that and wait for that puck, they're just dead. Now he got to the puck. Just needed to get a little higher off the glass.
He fired it. I got him giving credit. He got all of it, but yeah, it's obviously the easier patient play to sit back away for the breakaway, but kind of love the aggressiveness here, him going out there and making that play.
Me too.
What do you think so far? 2-1 here? What do you know, it's power play game?
Hage has been good.
Hage has been so good.
You know, and I'm looking through the score sheet as well. He's the one that's flashed for me for sure.
Yeah, there's a couple players coming in that you hear about, especially the high draft picks. You know, Brady Martin, Sasha Boisvert, kind of showed little spurts, but yeah, there's guys like Hage and Lindstrom that have really just kind of popped.
For Red, number 15, Berkeley Catton has had the puck on his stick a lot.
A lot.
He hasn't had tons of shots on goal, but he's been in the mix. So 2:30. It's a 2-minute power play. We put 2:30 on the clock now. Cruising in with it is Dickinson. Feeds it down low. The shot from Lindstrom, I think the save was made by Gardner. Referee quickly signaled no. That pass to Dickinson was offline, and now White will have to reset. There's a turnover. Whoa. Tell you what, Porter Martone was so close to being off to the races. He had ideas on that one. Here's McKenna. Feeds it into the slot. The pass just wasn't handled by Carbonneau. That's a tough pass to handle. Sealing off that one was Dickinson. Catton was after it.
A little sloppy here by Team White. See if they can capitalize off the rush here, 4-on-3.
Here's McKenna in the corner. Tried to drop that back to Misa. Misa was initially double teamed. Now they swing it over. Active stick work there at the top. Comes back to Carbonneau. Carbonneau whips it. They swing it around. McKenna with a shot. Shoulder save made by Gardner. Dickinson, McKenna. Circles, watch closely there by Reshny. Still 40 to go in the man advantage. Carbonneau takes a look. Drops it down low. Thought they might play give and go. No doing. Comes back out to Dickinson. He's going to take the shot. It was deflected out front, and then there's a rebound chance. Gardner, sprawling save to deny Misa. It's fed out to Dickinson. 15 to go. McKenna with it. Tired group of penalty killers here for Red. Dickinson has it. He'll walk in and then swing it over. Carbonneau with a slap pass to Misa, but he was well covered on it. McKenna whips one, misses wide, and that'll come out of the zone, and that'll be the end of the power play opportunity. Red kills it off. 5-on-5 for 23 seconds here. I expect that we'll have one more power play for Red, and then that will probably do it for this period. Smith fed that one down low. Nice rush. That was Ritchie. Couldn't do much with it. Kindle sent that one up ahead. That's Martin. Getting to it first was Smith. Just 2 seconds. Buzzer will sound. Red will go on the power play. Excellent idea to showcase power play and penalty kill.
Yeah, I think especially when even evaluating goalies, I know I keep going back to the goaltender, but just to see them in this environment, in this kind of situation, you know, Gardner right there doing a lot for himself, making some really big saves.
Yep, absolutely.
Here's a replay here. Really good tip. Secondary save. Oh, what a
save.
That
was so good.
What a save.
When he sprawled out, I mean, going almost horizontal to seal that far pipe.
I know there's other things we can say about, you know, Gavin McKenna, CHL, WHL Player of the Year, but just the puck is just a magnet to his stick, which is a skill of all great players.
Schaefer gives that one over to Catton. Catton fed it over, gets it back. Catton on the right circle, wants to get it to Schaefer, does. Schaefer, watch closely, sends it to the outside. Shot goes in, that deflects off of one of the White players, and then it's held in the zone still. Reschy. They swing it for a one-timer. Schaefer destroys his stick. He'll pick up a new twig and stay out on the ice. Puck was in the zone momentarily. Now White has it, and they're going to get 4 fresh penalty killers out there with 1:15 to go in this 5-on-4. For what it's worth, Red leads it 2-1. Here's Catton. Tries to get a step. Did a little spinorama, was trying to do a pass to Martone through traffic. Tough pass, Reshny. Gets it back, takes the shot. Save is made. It was loose momentarily down low. They chop away, and now it twirls its way back through neutral into the red zone. 45 to go in the 5-on-4.
Berkeley Catton, 8th overall pick by the Seattle Kraken. 109 points last year. It's pretty impressive. You can see.
I knew I was seeing something with my eyes.
You should be an NHL scout. I think you should.
I don't think so. You know what? My team would consist of all goal scorers and nobody that knows how to back check.
That's what the goalies are for.
Goal scorers and fighters. There we go. Hage whips it across in the slot. Coots gave that up. Now Muse gets it with 13 to go. They work it down low. They swing it over. Somebody's got to shoot it at some point. Muse has it to the outside. Shallow angle shot. I think that Ravensburgen might have gotten a piece of that one. I just don't know how you score on a goalie that's 6 feet 4 inches tall. You got to get it moving side to side. I got you.
Shoot by the ear. Hopefully it squeaks in.
Yeah. From the butterfly, it's just crazy. He covers so much. 12 seconds here in the 5-on-5. Red with sustained zone time, and they swing it around. Toe save made by Ravensburger. The first bit of physicalness we've seen from the game there. A couple of cross checks from Spence.
Yeah, Ravensburgen. The only first-round pick of the goaltenders by, let's see here, the San Jose Sharks.
I did not know that.
Yep. He's looked all the part, man. He's big, he's calm, he's reading the play, he's never late to a puck, he's always on his feet, he's always set.
That's going to do it, isn't it?
That'll do it for the power play game.
I love it. So, hey, Packy, have you heard of the Beauty League?
My boss owns the Beauty League.
Okay. Have you heard of their, for everyone who's listening, this is going to be a diatribe from your favorite hockey announcer. Have you seen how they settle their shootouts?
Yeah, isn't it a race? And it's just
it's a race. Yeah. So my biggest problem with the shootouts at any level is it's not a hockey play.
Yep.
It does not occur at any point during the ice. Nobody is allowed to lollygag and skate and take 8 seconds. The beauty of a breakaway during the game is it's at full speed. It takes your breath away. The Beauty League, it's the first team to 3 goals. So you can lollygag if you want, but it's going to cost you.
You better score.
You better score. So when the shooter is done, he comes screaming to the bench. Once he hits the bench, the new skater comes out, gets the puck at center ice. I want the NHL to go to that format, because is there anything worse? You're a goalie than to be dangled to death. That's not a hockey goal.
No, and it's kind of always like a gray area of like, did he go backwards? Well, the puck went backwards,
Right.
but did he go backwards?
Right. I know the kids love it. I'm showing my age here. This is a get off my lawn moment. But I saw the Beauty League. I called the game last year, and my buddy John Connolly, who I hope is listening, and I hope he's critiquing my performance, he'll probably give me about a C-. John had said, just wait till you see overtime in it. And when it happened, I was like, this is the way to go. So
First a little spark to it, right? A little spark to the shootout.
First team to 3 goals. All right, we got the Zamboni out here to give us a good cut. We're going to cut away for now. We'll be back in about 13 minutes to start the 3rd period of play after 2 periods. Canada Red leads Canada White 2-1. Glad to have you with us on USAHockeyTV.com. We'll be right back. defender leaves his feet to get a skate. Okay, so you're chasing in trail position. You dive to knock the puck away. That's not a play I like. What I do like is the player is coming in at full speed, takes the puck at center ice. The defender is somewhere, I think if we put him at the blue line motionless, he probably still recovers that gap. But I think they should do some testing, some R&D. Because if you, like, you got Connor McDavid coming in, full speed, gathers the puck in, he's going 24 miles per hour. It's 2 strides and he's back, and you got to try and get up to speed. The blue line might be the right idea. But the way it is right now with the NHL, that's a sneaky feast. Or a shot clock. That's the easiest one. Put a 4.5, 5-second shot clock.
It's like you can't.
True.
If you're saying, no, it's got to be off your stick by that time, it's like that's a fine line.
Hello again, everyone. Along with Patrick Packy Munson, this is Bernie Kelcher. Streaming live on USAHockeyTV.com from the University of Minnesota campus, Ritter Arena specifically. After 2 periods, Canada Red leads it 2-1. One even strength goal, that was Hage in the first period. And then in the second period, where the teams alternated 5-on-4 opportunities, you had Vanacker for Red, and then you had Parasak for White. Teams are back to their original ends. White will defend the net on the left side of your monitor. They'll move left to right between the pipes. Megatron, Joshua Ravensbergen. A nice southpaw, too. You're 6'4", and then you give the shooter just a little different look by being a southpaw.
And he's got the black glove work, and he's kind of an enigma right now. Everyone's just kind of throwing everybody off. Really steady goaltender, so big, moves so good, feet work off the charts. And
yeah, the days of goalies that could make it, that were 5'10", done. You're not going to have any Ryan Millers ever in the NHL anymore.
Well,
Tim Thomas.
A big topic was with Jack Ivankovic going in the second round because, he's not 6'5". He's 6 foot just on the mark maybe. But when you're that good, I mean, goalies like UC Saros, and there's been a few more here in the last few years that
absolutely.
When you're that talented, you're that good at keeping the puck out, what's the problem?
Yeah. Yeah. It is not a cookie-cutter position. That's the thing about it. If you keep the puck out of the net and you do it in a way that's efficient, if you're 6 feet tall, you'll play.
Well, I always think that the hardest part of evaluating goaltenders is almost 85% of your job is dictated by what happens in front of you, right? So if you're never
you have no control over.
Right. And so if you're, always in predictable situations and you're a talented goaltender, you can look really good. And if you're kind of hung out to dry, it can be really tough.
So true. Red is moving from right to left, and they've got Evan Gardner between the pipes, and we are underway. So the third period will be 15 minutes long, and then we got a treat for you after that. At the end of regulation play, we're going to have, regardless of the score, we're having a 5-player shootout for both teams. And that was after I went on a diatribe about what I don't like about shootouts, so I'm a little bit sheepish about calling that one.
Well, I will say this, there's been some kind of talk of their, reluctance to announce their roster, and obviously them showing up late, and that, so it's kind of been a different feel here for Team Canada. But they're obviously really talented, and next year's they should be loaded.
Absolutely. Now streaking into the attacking zone is Red, taking a shot.
What a
that
block.
One was blocked. Smith snuffing out that attempt, gets it to Carbonneau. He'll go cross corner and then peel off and head to the bench. Nice rush by Red, was denied by Terrence Smith. Now carrying it in there with some speed was Berkeley Catton. Wanted to get that one to Schaefer. Now we get a stoppage and it's offside. Everyone in the whole arena is like, wait a minute, what's going on? It's that piercing noise. That's a stoppage for offsides right here in front of us. Shots on goal in that second period. White had 10 for a 2-period total of 15. Red had 11 for a 2-period total of 15 also.
You talk about yesterday with Sweden, Finland, U.S. Plenty of players that are not even draft eligible yet, but Canada with just one draft eligible player with Gavin McKenna.
Oh, yeah.
Who I think would have won top 3 this year if he was available.
So he's, by all accounts, he's the number 1 pick, right?
Yeah.
I mean, all things being equal.
What he accomplished in the WHL is so impressive at his age, and it'll be exciting to see what he does at Penn State, playing at the college level under that microscope. And kind of a big move for college hockey to be able to get some
Huge.
of these guys.
Now with it there, that was Boisvert, sent it cross ice, back to Catton. He shoved into the wall. Boisvert sends that one to Reed. A couple of backward crossovers. A shot from in tight was saved, and then Catton was denied by Ravensbergen. Now here's a pass up ahead to Ritchie. If that was his own stick version of a reverse check, as he was flying down the wing.
Reverse slash.
It was a reverse slash. I've never seen that before. Now back the other way. Puck is bouncing. Baudouin has it. Sent it behind the net. Now they jam away. It was in the skates of one of the players for White. That was Ellick. Around it goes. It's held in. Nice drop pass, and that one is played down low. After it, here goes Baudouin. Battles with Ellick. Red keeps it in. Good zone time, and then that pass failed to click, and it comes all the way back into the red zone, where Gardner will leave that one on a tee for Muse. Check that. That was Martin. Up ahead with it now is Aitchison. Aitchison holds off Josephson, managed to get the puck in deep. Then he'll scoot back to his position on the blue line.
Yeah, Tarek Parasak only stands 6 foot, but man, he looks like he's 6'5" out there. He's all over the ice. He's a big athlete. And making an impact.
Yeah, he's got the lone goal for White. Now with it, streaking into the zone was Wetch. Lost it in transition the other way. Play is onside. Kindle backhands it up the wall. Nobody there except White. Picking it up for White now is Danford. Danford cross-ice pass will be picked out of midair by Schaefer. Schaefer carries it in. Boy, was that close. Page managed to stay onside. Barely. That one comes out to center. Flicked along the near side for Schaefer. Banks it up to Hage. Hage sends it outside the zone. Now they have to reset. They do. It's onside. Hard off of the near boards. Here's a chance for White to get it out, but Hage seals that one up and steals the puck from Wetch. Hage drops it back to Reed. Reed swings it over. Toe drag, shot. Save is made by Ravensbergen. And then he quickly pounces on the loose puck with a bevy of players in front of him.
I was interested to see how the reaction was from the Team Canada. He was kind of digging in there on Ravensberger, and I was waiting for someone to maybe throw a punch or two.
There it is, right here.
Oh, what a play by Ravensberger. Looking over that screen,
Big
coming
check.
down. Yeah.
One of the few checks we've seen. That's a hockey play.
It's summer hockey. There's too much skill. No
That's
need
it.
to hit.
Face off to the left of Ravensbergen. Centerman getting a primer on where their sticks need to be. Off the draw. Swooping in, getting inside position for Red there on a nice play. That was Reshny. Here's Catton. Smith tried to fend him off. Nice check thrown there. Much to the displeasure there of the White bench. They liked that one. Player is a little bit slow to get up. Head down. We'll see if he stays out on the ice. Nope. He's feeling that one a little bit. Lost his stick. That's Martone. He's going to take a seat. The trainer is having a conversation. He went into the boards off balance. Hold that thought. Thievery. Beautiful glove save by Ravensbergen, denying Muse from right at the hash marks. I don't know if we'll see that check that was in the corner, but Martone, he is going to go into the locker room. This will be the shot from Muse on a beautiful feed.
Sneaky little play by Brady Martin there. Just a little
Very
one
nice.
touch right to the tape, and yeah, Ravensbergen looks pretty sharp.
There's the check, and that's Martone flying into the boards. He was shaken up. You could tell right away that things just weren't quite right. So he made his way over to the bench and then went right into the locker room. We'll see if he comes back out. A player lost his helmet, so we'll have to blow the whistle, I think. Oh, no. I'm surprised by that. Play carries on. That was O'Brien. Skate to stick, carrying it into the attacking zone. Boisvert got the feed from Martin. Martin has made two nifty plays here in the last minute. There's a drop pass for Elick. The shot was deflected out front just wide. It comes all the way out up top and into neutral.
I think the number one topic when it comes to the CHL to NCAA move is, you know, you can watch the major junior type of hockey and you see it out here. It's pretty loose, right? It's a lot of skill, a lot of pace.
Yes.
Not a very physical, tight game. And, you know, I don't think the question is if, you know, a lot of these kids will be able to adapt to the college game where it's way more physical, tight scoring, but when, right? How long is it going to take for these guys to get up and running, playing against 24, 25-year-olds? Okay,
so here's my question for you. Do you want to play American collegiate hockey, or do you want to play WHL, OHL?
Well, I think for a long time it used to be a battle of which was better, but I think college hockey, the step it's taken the last few years is it's developing so many NHL players that,
Did that go in?
nope.
It was almost an own goal.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no. It wouldn't be an own goal.
And I just think the age of the player, right? And obviously the goal of the major junior teams they want to produce draft picks, right? That's their model. It's developing young talent, putting up points, climbing the draft boards. But, with college hockey, some of these games, it's 2-1, they're dogfights. It's really tough, fast hockey. And with only 2 games a week, that practice time, the physicality, the weight room training, those games, you go all out. 75-game season, you can't do it.
I forget about that. 2 games a week. Friday, Saturday series, you're right. And then it's absolute carnage, bodies flying all over the ice because there is no regard for personal safety on that.
Got the cage on, you're blocking more shots. It's like I said,
limited schedule.
Yep.
It's from my perspective, having just watched American hockey, I found it somewhat fascinating. And there were some changes to the way the NCAA is doing things that I think is going to encourage more of the Canadian players to come down into the States to play college hockey. So we'll see how that materializes.
Well, like you said, for a lot of these kids, it's not if they make the NHL, it's how fast can I get there, right?
Exactly.
But if you're not ready, instead of going and riding the buses in the American League, getting treated as a college player is pretty great. And, now there's getting some money involved, or players will be able to make a little money while in college, and just the college experience, right?
Yeah, absolutely. 7:40 to go here. Good flow. We did have an offsides whistle, 2 in this period. Heavens. Now with it, here's Catton. Scoots out to center, gives it to Schaefer, who finds a man on the right. They were trying to feed one over to Coots. Now Schaefer to Catton, had his stick tugged. Far corner, up with it for White was McKenna. McKenna, puck magically finds him off the boards. He stood up on a nice play by the defenseman. Excellent, Spencer Gill denying that rush. Back the other way, Reshny with speed. Turns the corner, throws one in from a shallow angle, and a shoulder save was made by Ravensbergen. The puck popped out front, but nobody was home. Now it meanders back into red zone. Gill with it. Watched closely there. Gets it up ahead. Streaking into the attacking zone, putting on the brakes. Now Reed swings it over. A shot and a goal. How about that one?
What a shot.
A sizzler. That one just had so much smoke on it. I'm trying to see who it was. It's going to be Gill. Tell you what, Gill started that entire play by denying the rush of McKenna along the far boards. McKenna had chipped it off the boards and was trying to beat him, trying to turn the corner on him, but Gill got in his way, did everything he could without picking up a penalty, and then the puck comes all the way back to Gill, fires one that beats Ravensbergen high on the stick side.
Yeah, Gill at 6'4", second-round pick of the Philadelphia Flyers. Really mobile for his size, and what a shot from the point.
That one was rifled.
Oh, we got a penalty.
We've got a real penalty. It's a high sticking call. This one will be on Muse. So White will go on the power play for the first time during
a real power
play,
right.
like where it happened organically. They're 1 for 4. White is.
We did have a bet, though, that the penalty was going to be a stick penalty. So
yes.
it wasn't a charge.
Nope, was not. High sticking is exactly what we were looking for. Give assist to number 20, Cameron Reed, and Brady Martin. First point of the game for all 3 players. Here's Carbonneau. Takes the shot right out front. Just power play goal. Took him 4 seconds, basically a POP, pass off the pad. The shot came from the point. And honestly, I don't think that the defenseman was looking to beat the goalie, Gardner, on that one.
Yeah, Carbonneau gets that puck up top and
quickly fires it.
Really easy to kind of fan out and set the power play. Right away gets a shot mentality. Lindstrom gets right between the hash marks and
got great
makes
position.
No mistake about it, right?
Lindstrom.
How good has he looked? Lindstrom.
Very good.
Yeah, Michigan State's got to be
quick
licking
stick.
their chops, right? Good goal.
4 seconds in. Now it's a 3-2 game. Second power play of the game for White.
It's kind of always that coaching philosophy, right? You wouldn't draw on the face-off or power play. Hey, do we set it up and get our grade A? Or, you get a good look, you got to take it.
So I'll be honest with you, Packy. When the shot was taken by Carbonneau, I wasn't fond of it.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't a screen.
He's flat-footed, too.
It was flat-footed. The goalie was going to see that shot all the way, and I'm like, we're just going to have a face-off after this. Well, he put it low, and again, you put it off of that pad, and all things, it gets a little wonky, as you know, controlling those saves, and there was Lindstrom right there.
Yeah, you get a shooter like Carbonneau in a high slot, you're thinking he's trying to pick a corner, trying to make a goal out of it, but
and then he puts it on your pad.
Smart play.
I thought there should have been an assist to the center iceman who won the draw, but that shows you what I know about hockey. Somebody passed it to him, and Carbonneau quickly. The thing that was nice about it was he did not hesitate, got the puck, fired it strategically.
Yep, that's high IQ, especially in that situation. Really easy to try and, like I said, pick a corner from up top, easy glove save. Or miss, right?
Yeah.
But no, that was a really high IQ play there.
I'm seeing that play more and more where, especially on breaks, where wingers, hold that thought, that shot is whipped way off the mark there by Vanacker, where the wingers will come in on the off wing, a lefty will be coming down from the right wing. You're just not going to beat the goalie from outside that circle very often. But if you can put it on the far pad and you've got the winger streaking in, if that winger can just beat the defenseman, get inside position, oftentimes there are rebounds that kick out. There's a one-timer and a nice save made by Ravensburg, and I don't think the player for Red got all of that one. See who that was. Catton again.
Yeah, really nice positional save there by Regensburg. No, you talk about how big these goalies are, right? 6'3", 6'4", Regensburg, 6'4". You know, like you said, you kind of have that surprise element of shooting it low off the pad.
Yeah.
And, you know, these big goalies, maybe it's not as easy for them to get low and, you know, use their hands so much. And, yeah, just a really strategic play by Carbonneau.
What was the save that you, what was the shot that you hated? Every goalie has to say, I don't like, I mean, I get it. Above the pads, below the glove, right? That's the one. But was there one shot where you just said, I don't like this one?
I don't even know if it's that. I just think it was so demoralizing to get five-hole. You know, you get scored on the five-hole, it's so easy to go, you got to be
Okay, let me ask you this.
Yep.
Hypothetically, is it worse to be short side sniped or five-holed?
You know,
okay, let's say the snipe comes from top of the circle.
I think when a guy goes short side high and it goes bar in, you know, I think most people will tip their cap. But I think as a goal, you know that was a goal you probably should have had.
Sure.
But when you get five, well, there's almost no excuse, right?
Sure. 3-on-2 developing. Players mixed up behind the play. Trailing it and getting it. Here's Wetch. That shot looked like it was deflected wide. Things have kind of picked up in terms of the acrimony here in the third period. We picked up a penalty. There's a little bit more physicality. We're down to 3:57. That one is chucked right off the scoreboard at center ice.
That's one way to get off the ice. Just get it off the scoreboard.
It is. That is. And that was what I was expecting in the second period. They played it right where they just went to 2.5 minutes. That otherwise you would have had people just rifling the puck into the stands for a stoppage.
Yeah, I thought one thing noticeable in that last play, like you're trying to make a team, right? There's obviously a lot of high-end talent. Not a great back check there by either of those forwards. Kind of stopping their feet at the far blue. You know, you'd like to see those second and third efforts for, you know, competing on the team. It's interesting.
Yep. Face-off is controlled by Red. They lead by 1. Again, the score doesn't matter. Regardless, we're going to have a shootout.
And Canada's going to win.
And Canada's going to win. And I'm going to paint a happy face when I see the boys come down at -3 miles per hour, taking 12 seconds to get the shot off. I shall do my best not to be snarky. But if I say in the middle of that, let's do 3 goals, sprint, you'll know who it was. Here's Red. Out with it. To center. Into the attacking zone with it. And that was Martin. Martin's had some nice rushes up the ice. Here's Schaefer. Watched closely by McKenna. Dishes it off. Cross ice pass. Right to Martin. Check that. Martin is in after it now.
You know, there's some defensemen you know is just for being so offensive and being so offensive, you know, mindseted where when I see Schaefer, he's always in the right spot. He's taking his good chances and good risks, but and defensively he's always in the right spot and he moves so well.
Such a tough part of the game. Here's Parasak. Feeds it off. High slot. Hage. That shot bounced around. Didn't go in the net. Yeah, their physical play has picked up a little bit. Not much left, 2:25. With it there off the boards was Danford. Hage swings it over to Parizak. Parizak sent it in. The save was made.
Nice block.
Beautiful block. Parizak had it hop off of his stick. Then he's buried into the boards by Aitchison. Aitchison sends it around. Muse on his horse to get to it. First to get to it was Danford. Danford plays that one to O'Brien. O'Brien sent it behind the cage. Player was hauled down, no call. Now spinning away, Parizak hauled down by Aitchison, no call. It's like the buzzer went off and they said, okay, this is going to be hockey where we're going to start holding a little more. We're going to start impeding. Now, more bodies on the ice. A couple of players are all tangled up. Boy, Aitchison has certainly had a shift here. His stick was tangled up, and now we're going to get a holding call and another penalty. It's going to be on Kashawn Aitchison. He earned that one.
Well, I think for Team Canada and all the teams here, you want to, see these guys in these high leverage situations and who they put out and who's on the ice at the end of these games. And, kind of a great situation here. Down a goal, Team White goes in the power play, going to a 6-on-4, and,
Yeah, this is what's great.
Yep.
White is able to take their goalie. Ravensburgen is off, so it's a 6-on-4.
Got a timeout.
White's going to take. When did the game start?
It got real. It just got real.
Was this like an NBA All-Star game for 3 quarters, and then somebody said, all right, now is the time we get paid? Parizak and Aitchison had quite a tussle on that shift. They were all mixed up. We were watching to see when I saw you raise your hand, and then the penalty came about 10 seconds after that. So we'll do 6-on-4 here with 1:30 to go. Shots on goal, 22 apiece. Only scoring here in the third period was Lindstrom from Carbonneau on the power play. See, now if Carbonneau had scored, I could have broken out the French with the c'est le bout. I have not thrown in a whole lot of some of my favorite Canadian words. I did throw an offense in.
Sam Dickinson at the top of the point here. London OHL, 91 points this year from the back end.
Wow.
First round pick, San Jose Sharks, 11th overall.
Settling it down, carrying it out of his own zone with it. That was Dickinson. Dickinson leaves that for McKenna. McKenna with a burst, then lays it off. They get it back up top to Dickinson. 6-on-4. Red with an empty net. McKenna looks, gets it to the slot, a goal, power play goal, and it's Lindstrom striking again. Back-to-back power play goals by Caden Lindstrom, and we're tied at 3.
An injury-filled year for Lindstrom, and he, despite that, goes 4th overall, and you got to think that those guys, in Columbus are licking their chops waiting for this guy to play in the NHL. What a shot.
How well was that set up?
Well, and we talk about that high bumper save, right? Yep. The goalie's so focused on the shot, he sees 2 guys in front. You don't know where that bumper guy is, and if you don't see that release, you got almost no chance.
So McKenna will get an assist on it, and there will be a second assist, and it'll be Dickinson. So we're tied at 3.
That shootout makes sense now.
The shootout makes sense. All 3 goals, all 3 goals for White today were scored on the power play. 2 by Lindstrom, 1 by Parizak. Final minute of play. Here's Schaefer. Two power play goals for Lindstrom. Schaefer with a shot. Stick save is made by Ravensburgen. Around it goes. On his horse to get to it is Protz. He'll send it up the boards. Ritchie one-touches it to Lindstrom. Lindstrom flying, waiting for it, calling for it. Couldn't get it. Instead, that one is broken up by Red's Martone. Play comes all the way back to the near side. Ritchie whips that one over. Spence got a piece of it, takes a look at the bench. They say stay out. And now they say get to the bench. 15 to go. One last rush here for Red. Out to the outside. To the middle. That one was sniped. Here's Parizak. Parizak has got a man. tried the toe drag, and then Reed had that one all red, no shots. It's a complete tie on the scoreboard. 3-3, 23-23 shots on goal. Let's go to a shootout. Okay.
I can hear the enthusiasm oozing out of your voice.
Somebody here is going to dazzle me. There is going to be somebody. I'm telepathically sending a message to one of these boys that is going to say, break in with the puck at full speed, surprise the goalie. I mean, at that speed, shots beat goalies all the time. Yeah, this is a summary of the goals. That was the goal by Vanacker. And that was the goal by Parasak.
You can't really look to the goalies for any of these goals against, right? I mean, just some really nice plays. Obviously, that point shot through kind of a seeing eye upper right, but
Gill, beautiful shot. And then it's the Lindstrom show. Power play goal number 1. Power play goal number 2. This is a nifty shot. I just love the way that the team set it up on the power play. The old days of just throwing it out to the point and wailing away, that just doesn't work. You move that puck around. The puck moving faster from side to side is better than the puck moving from a shot from the point. I realize you got to get pucks to the net, and the shot from the point is a play in hockey. But you've got a 5-on-4. Use it to your advantage. And that's exactly what White did on both of those power play goals.
Well, and that last one, too, McKenna, obviously so much attention is on him when he's got the puck on his stick. And for Litch and McKenna sliding that high slot, but he also wired that one short side high. And are we going to get some 3-on-3 here, sir?
All right.
I think we're going to get some 3-on-3.
This is not what I was expecting. We interrupt this program to tell you we're going to play 3-on-3 for 5 minutes. Now, this is going to be wild. I love this stuff. All right, 3-on-3. I like this more than a shootout. This is going to magnify who our skaters are. Here's Muse with it.
I'll take under 1 minute on the goal, by the way.
Okay. I like that. I like those odds. I like your odds. Here's Hage. Drifts in, circles, watch closely, keeps the puck in the zone. Sends it down low. After it there is Reshny. He's watched closely by McKenna. Reshny comes up with it. This could have been a 3-on-0. Instead, now we get it down to Muse. Muse to the backhand.
Oh, what a save.
Ravensbergen stones him.
McKenna.
Back the other way. Here comes McKenna. Hockey hair flowing in the breeze. He's in alone. He goes to the backhand. Just ran out of room. Wasn't sure what to do. Back the other way. Now here's Muse. His second chance. Shot and a save. Ravensbergen stones him twice. How about we do it again? McKenna looking, waiting. Here comes Reed. Check that. Here comes Dickinson. This is what 3-on-3 was meant to be. 2-on-1. Here's Hage. Swings it over. A one-timer.
Oh, what a save!
and Ravensbergen stones him again. McKenna swings it back all the way into the white zone. Dickinson takes a look. Catton, modest pressure. Now here's Lindstrom. 3:35 to go.
Yeah, far too often in the NHL you see it taken back, right? But
yes.
Now you see this.
Look at the speed on Lindstrom. Lindstrom's got a man with him. It was just behind him. Tried to get it to Smith, but it was in his skates. Here's Lindstrom. Leaves it for Smith. Left circle. Takes the shot. Clanks one off the iron. Puck comes all the way up in the air, and it comes out to center. 3:11 to go. So it's a 3-on-3 for 5 minutes, and then we will have the 5-player shootout. Danford takes the handoff there.
With all the sticks going on the ice, you're almost surprised when they don't score.
Absolutely.
Look, right?
A couple of grade A scoring chances from Henry Muse. Now here's O'Brien. Crisscrosses with Ritchie. Streaking down low was Danford. O'Brien doesn't like what he sees. Sends it back out to center. Now a turnover. With it here is Martone. Martone's got a trailer. He hits him. He's just a little bit behind. They get it back to Martone. The puck was bouncing. Couldn't capitalize on it. O'Brien sends it up ahead. Ritchie has got a step. Closing in as the defenseman. Ritchie just shoves it there. And the save was made by Gardner. With a red player in the vicinity. Down to 2:22. It's interesting, Packy. At this level of hockey, 3-on-3 is a full-out sprint. This is not like the NHL where it's a lot of bringing it in to back it out to try and catch somebody. This is actually way more fun.
Yeah, you just
'Cause
see
it's
when there's
way
one,
more wide
one
open.
mistake, it's back and forth action, 2-on-1s breakaway. That's what you want to see.
An odd man rush on one side springs an odd man rush the other way. And that's why the NHL, it has to be tough for coaches to watch. Here comes Canada Red. Gliding into the attacking zone is Coots. He'll leave that for Gill. Gill is a goal scorer in this game. Leaves that one for Baudouin. Baudouin crisscrosses with Coots. Coots is rubbed into the boards by Elick. This is more of regular hockey here. Grind it out. Now spinning away from traffic is Baudouin. Baudouin goes right to the net. Ravensburgen strong.
Love the
held
active
his
stick.
ground. Yeah, the stick was great. 2-on-1 the other way. Spence opens up his hips, was waiting for the pass, but couldn't quite get that one where he wanted. They leave it drop for Protes. Protes takes a look, has a step, sent it back against the grain. Was trying to hit Josephson. Spence, shake and bake, gets around the player. Spence goes to the front. Wow, a sprawling save. I think the save was made. It comes loose. Protes was there. These are some gassed players right now.
Yeah, Malcolm Spence. He's been noticeable in this game. He's a big body, going to the University of Michigan this fall. It's going to be exciting to see how he translates to the college hockey game.
Now trying to use his speed. Here comes Catton. Catton walks in, tried to toe drag and stuff it on the far post. Ravensburgen having none of that. Parasak the other way, glides in, wants to leave a drop. Instead, that one is picked off. That springs a rush for Red with 40 seconds to go. Catton curls into the high slot, leaves that one for Muse. Muse, spinorama, puck rolls in. Ravensburgen makes the save with his glove and then holds on.
Boy, when Hage gets going, he's got a whole different gear, eh? I mean, he's a big body, but man, his ability to blow past defenders is so impressive.
Yeah, this has been fun to watch. This was a good idea for Team Canada. The setup and the format of today's game has been fantastic. And I have to believe that this is going to help them with evaluations. Here's Aitchison. Sent that one to Martone. Martone, high slot, doesn't like what he sees. He's being watched closely by White. Now he gets a pick. Martone comes in, goes to the forehand, couldn't get the shot off. Gets it back. Creates a little room. There's a shot.
Oh, what a save. Another save.
Two good saves there. Loose puck. Reschny had the first chance, and then Aitchison had the second. 9 seconds to go. One last rush. Here comes Martone. 5 seconds. 4 seconds. Can he get the shot off in time? Ravensburgen comes out with the stick to knock away that. And a thrilling 3-on-3 stanza ends with no goals, with a lot of action.
You know, I think all goalies have shown well today, but Ravensburgen, how many just
Some
jaw
biggies
droppers.
late.
Look at this one. Oh,
First one
save.
there.
Another
then the
one.
second one.
You know, at that size.
Reschny's going to be seeing that first one in his sleep tonight because he was right at the hash marks. He had Ravensburgen leaning one way, and then on the weak side, Aitchison was there as well. Great display of goaltending from Evan Gardner and Joshua Ravensburgen. Now we'll see who the goalies are for the shootout. I wouldn't be surprised if we go back to Ivan Kovic and George. Nope. Going to stick with the two that have been here. So it's a 5-player shootout. Red will shoot first. I wish I could see who it is.
Hage.
Michael Hage. I asked him how to pronounce his name. Age with an H. Hage comes in, goes backhand, forehand, and then was stymied by Ravensburgen. I thought he had him beat. I thought he had some room. Could not get to it before Ravensburgen slammed his pad against the post, the far post.
So big, so
Beautiful.
aggressive. Hard to beat, man. I
6'4".
don't know how you beat him.
I don't know how you do that. Here's McKenna. McKenna, a more leisurely pace. Shot right into the pad. There's just no deception there.
It's the only problem about going 5-hole.
Yep.
And when it works, you look like a genius.
Yep.
When it doesn't work, you look a little stupid.
The goalies are too good. The goalies are too good. You have to come up with something that puts them on their heels, that creates a little bit of doubt. I stand that it's speed. Here's Matthew Schaefer. Schaefer. Stick handling. Brings it in. Oh, beautiful moves. Got the shot off, but Ravensbergen up to the task.
Such long legs. Even when you think he's out of it, he's able to reach back forward, and Schaefer gets him moving a little bit to the left. And
the thing that's so amazing, he just shuts him down. The thing that's so amazing is he can come so far out of the crease, back in, back in, back in, and then still be able to back in. Now for Canada White. This is Misa. Gathers speed, takes a shot. Nobody can score. These goalies are good. Both teams, goose eggs. 0 for 4, 0 for 2 each team. Let's see. I want to see somebody. This is my guy. This is the guy. Going wide. Cranking it up with a little more speed. There. Oh! Rung one off the iron. Came in from the far side. Picked up speed, and then right at the hash marks, just down below that. Bidding to beat him on the glove side. Couldn't quite do it.
With how aggressive and how long, it feels like it's going to be really hard to beat him low, so I respect the shot.
Here's Carbonneau. Right circle. Will he go across? He does, but he just didn't have any room there. There's nothing to shoot at.
Gardner looking really calm, huh?
Yeah,
quiet
all the
feet.
way.
Looks like he's giving him nothing, and you see here his feet just really
just
quiet.
Where do you shoot it?
Patient.
You're going to have to pull it to the backhand there, but then he's going to follow you.
So easy to stick on the body. Be able to stick right on the stick blade there. Good save.
Here's Martone. Walks in, tried to go 5-hole. That one was denied. Martone left the game a while ago, came back in. He's okay. So the team's struggling to crack the code here of both of these goalies. Here comes number 27, Ryder Ritchie. Ritchie meanders off to the right, streaks in off the boards, takes the shot, draws iron.
I hope you don't have dinner plans. These goalies are a little too good, I think. I mean, know.
The funny thing is I think that they're just going to do 5 and then we're done.
No. I got to find a winner, right?
I think that's what it's going to be.
Got to be a little sum on the line for these teams.
If I'm on the bench, I say we play until somebody scores. Now with it for Red. Here comes Reshny. He's stymied.
Future fighting Hawk there.
All right. Let's see. I'm looking. Dickinson's going to come out and take the shot. I didn't keep track of how many shooters. It had to have been 5 each.
I think this is the 5th guy.
Okay. Dickinson, tall dude. Come in and just bury a slap shot. Let's see. Dickinson. Another one off of the crossbar or the pipe. That's 3 shots.
Is that 3 posts here?
3 posts.
Nothing to shoot at. Nothing to shoot at.
Here's Boisvert.
I like Boisvert's chances here. The kid's a natural goal scorer. He'll shoot.
Puck was rolling all over him. He settles it down. Comes in from the left side. Oh, had the move, but again, Ravensbergen stretches all out. Boisvert thought he had that. And for all intents and purposes, he does right here. He's got him beat. But that one last stretch of 6'4" frame. Now we're going to have a shot from Carson Wetch. Goaltender's perfect in this shootout.
Such a young, high-level skill core coming with San Jose. To have that goalie coming up in a few years, they got to be pretty excited.
Absolutely. Here's Wetch. 5-hole?
And just like that.
A shot and a goal. A surpriser. And that's going to do it.
That'll do.
Wow. Let's see well, we'll see if we get the replay. I was surprised by that one. I think Gardner was surprised by it too. 5-hole. Well, there you have it. Canada White spots Red a little bit of a lead, and then they come back and win it 4-3 in the shootout. Carson Wetch with the game winner. I think it was Wetch. There were so many shooters, they all became a blur. Packy, I want to thank you for joining me. I want to thank you for all your analysis, your astute analysis. You did your homework. Let's see if the teams line up and shake hands, or they just say, we'll see you at the restaurant tonight in the hotel. You guys are buying the Sprites. That's going to do it here from Ritter Arena.
Fun game.
Fun game. this should give the coaching staff, I was saying earlier, Dale Hunter is the head coach. The last time Hunter coached Team Canada, he guided them to the 2020 World Juniors Championships where they defeated Russia. So they're looking to avenge the last 2 years of disappointments in the World Junior Championships, and the path started today, and we'll just see where it ends up next January. I know I will be watching. For Canada, they'll play tomorrow as one squad against Finland at 4:30. Then on Friday against Sweden at 1 o'clock, and then in what could be a bit of a barn burner and a game that could get a little salty, they play Team USA at 4:30. Could be a way to send an early message. We'll just see. Once again, final score, Canada White 4, Canada Red 3. This is Bernie Kelcher for Packy Munson saying, so long, everybody. Had a good time. I love the analysis you could bring to the game that I couldn't. Yeah.
I was so nervous and like you just like you want to see something smart, you know?
You did. And the funny thing is, you played hockey. You know the game. You know, I played it at a low level. I can describe the action. That's you know, that's the great thing about it.
You don't want to be like too fear in the fire where you just like name drop every team that can play. It's good to have a little bit of that, right?
I tended to give him a break because I liked his walking encyclopedia. TJ Oshie, you know, when he played at War Road, I'm like, gosh, this guy knows everything.
That's cool.
I think it's cool, but I didn't like Doc Emmerich as an announcer because I don't like a squeaky voice.
You did like the Doc.
I did not. I thought he was eminently overrated, except for one area. His preparation was off the charts. They showed what he had. He had a index card.
Yep.
One of the games, he comes in and he goes, well, I was talking to Max Mesmer, the organist for the Chicago Blackhawks before the game. He had a quadruple bypass a month ago. I'm like, and so his game call was good, but again, I thought it was too squeaky, you know. All right, it's good. I hope that you do this on some level again. So, you know, what you did is not easy. So, you know, and the great thing is it's so tough for me when I do these games by myself, and I don't have the astute analysis of all of this, and so I have to make up a lot of time. I like the pyramid talk. I was a fan of the pyramid talk back here.
That was awesome.
Have a good one. Yep, you bet. We're good, Chad?